Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. Well, I had said that this thought came through my mind that the things that I do really didn't make a difference as far as having an effect on those that mean so much to me that perhaps I should just leave it alone and wait till you, the people, or the people who are not experiencing the kind of life that I dream of, decide that this is what they want. But the truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, I can't take my mind off you. I can't take my mind off us. And when my mind is there, I see what's going on. I have to try to do something about it. I'm reminded I saw something on television the other day. They had guys, they were the sons of the KKK and I'm sure other racist groups. And they were all dressed in their costumes, hiding themselves. But at the same time, trying to speak a message. And I'm thinking about that most of them, I don't know if these call themselves patriots, but they talk about maintaining the land, whatever. So I would assume that all of them and others that who support these kind of activities are what you call patriots. And when they say that they are doing these things to preserve their heritage and what they understand, then I guess coming from all these different places across the globe, and everybody takes with them whatever they got. And if you've been raised one kind of way in hell, then you come to someplace else, hell is still in you. And the first opportunity you get, you're going to try to raise hell. And naturally, you're going to try to support it, so you call it, the way, the way, and calling it patriotic. And the things that you have to do to represent what you call patriotism. You have to lie, you have to cheat, you have to steal, you terrorize, you fill with hatred, you're a bigot. All of these things you are in order to prove that you are superior to others. And yet you are ashamed of it because you cloak yourself in all kind of fatigues. Don't want anybody to know who you are, but your action speaks. And when it speaks, those who have not been taught the same things you've been taught were taught that those were the activities of those who were possessed with the spirit of evil, with the spirit of Satan, really. They lie, they cheat, they steal. That's them that's out to destroy. Satanism. That's what Satanism is about. It's about getting in power and taking away the rights that every individual has. Satanism is getting in power and taking away the rights of women to have control of their own bodies. Satanism is getting in power and taking away the rights of others to participate in the process about that which has to do with their own lives. That's what Satanism, that's what real Satanism is about. It's not necessarily about all this other stuff you have heard. I'm not saying that it's not, but I want you to know this is the kind of Satanism that affects us each and every day. They call it patriotic. And its effect on those who don't go that way is that it's pure OD Satanism. And yet, they oftentimes try to say that this country, and I don't blame them, is the greatest country on the face of the earth. They all say that because that's what we have been taught to say. And I'm sure in every country, they are taught to say the same things. Perhaps some places they are only taught to learn certain specific history. I think somebody was talking about doing that to Americans, teaching them certain specific history. It has nothing to do about reality and what's real, just what they want to be spread around and everybody to know about them. Fake, doesn't matter. But anyway, this is because the thing isn't real. When you look at this greatness that America is, how many people, in your preconceived idea that's been stamped on your mind that education in America is such a fantastic thing? Well, in certain places, certain areas, perhaps it is. There are people that will come from abroad to come to America to study in certain programs. But at the same time, Denmark is rated as the number one country as far as education is concerned. 99%. They're straight up in. From going to the beginning of school straight through the university, according to my research. Denmark, that's a long way from where the United States is. And when we talk about the healthcare system. We know what we deal with here in America, with greatest country on the face of the earth, right? Yeah, but South Korea has the best healthcare program according to the research. We talk about housing. Well, we know we got a crazy thing when it comes down to housing. The best one that I could come up with was in Austria. Yeah, their housing program. Then the food program, in America they say we can always eat. That's why we're so fat. But according to the research, that is held by France. Mm-hmm. And America is about 10 on down the line. Our transportation, not America, Hong Kong. And employment, you talk about per capita, 1,000, 100,000. You talk about what's going on here in America. Everybody wants to work or can't find work, or this or that. But where's that at? That is, my friend, in Singapore. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not calling America first in any of these areas so far, am I? Well, when we talk about crime, no, believe me, it's not America. We got a lot of stuff going on here, but this says it's Venezuela. And we rank number 56. That means about 55 other countries are worse than we are. Woo! That's something else, isn't it? Violence. Well, many countries are adept in violence. That with guns, gun violence, number one is the U.S. Virgin Islands. And just to mention some of the things that America is ranked in, but you might say, well, what is America ranked in number one? In anything? And I'll say yes. What is that? In prisons and jails, people that's locked up. People that's locked up in jails for all kinds of things. Gun deaths. Well, man, I'm telling you. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is the kind of stuff that we have to deal with. Now, my whole purpose for mentioning that to you is because I want you to be under a constant watch, to understand, to see, to think, to dream, to do. Now, when I share these things with you, it's no good for me to just identify what America isn't. And that's just what I did. But you know me. I don't leave it there. I want to tell you something else. I want to tell you about how to see it straight. How to see it straight. Now listen to me. I'm not going to go all around the book. I'm just going to wrap it up in a few little lines. So please pay attention to what I'm going to say to you. I want you to know I've said it, and I'm always saying it because I want you to get it. I say it as much as Trump lied. The resources that are essential and that are used for all of the things that we as human beings do, those resources came from the same power that created us, that is responsible for us being in here, that is responsible for this place, this earth that we're on, that is responsible for all of those resources that I just mentioned, whether they are on the earth, in the earth, above the earth, seen or unseen. That is a given, just as we are a given. All of the resources are a given, and we are a given free, and the resources are a given free. And as human beings, we all have certain needs that have to be met, common amongst us. And what basically are they? Food, clothing, shelter, and the other things that we might determine are essential for us to move forward. All of us. And so we have those resources available to us to exercise and to feed our needs, our wants, and our desires. But not only that, each of us come with a gift. Listen to me. Each of us got a gift. Some of us know what it is, some of us don't. Given the opportunity to be who and what we really are, that's how we would discover what our purpose here is. And it, my friends, having done so, would give us our greatest joy. So each of us on this planet, not just in America, have a gift, something to contribute in life. It is our duty, it is our responsibility to one another to be engaged in the process of creation, in the process of production, in the process of administrating, in the process of distribution of these resources that we have determined are essential for our survival, and in such an abundance that no one would be suffering a lack thereof. And out of that, we would have peace and prosperity, our freedom to, to live, the joy of what we're doing, and our dreams coming true. Right there at our disposal, our needs, our wants, and our desires. Baby, you can't beat that. And that is all because we respect one another, knowing that none of us are better than another. But we do have something to give. And if we can give what we know we got to give, then it allows us to be the best that we can be. And in so doing, the people appreciate us because we are part of what makes their life so fantastic and wonderful. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It did not cost 1 penny, didn't require 1 penny, didn't require one loan, didn't require one debt, one anything that has to do with money. So I ask you, how did the money get into the picture there? Who brought that in there? And who benefits from it? Now, we just got through explaining how the whole system works, how the dream is fulfilled. And you and I and all of us are satisfied. Trumpers are satisfied. Whoever hates is satisfied. Those with sheets on and hiding and trying to kill folks are satisfied. All of the satisfaction. But what happens? Do we live like that? No, we don't live like that. Money came in and say, hold it. That might be good, but you are better than that. They are from shithole countries. You are better than that. Look at them. They are black and nappy head. You are better than that. Look, we can come together and own the resources of the earth. And people would have to work for us. Slave for us, because we pay them and then charge them for what they have done. My friends. And then they want to go back and think that the rest of the world is going to sit back and say, okay, you can do that. We're going to just fall back in line. We're just going to bend our heads back over and let you put your foot in our butts. No, who are we? I'm asking all the wonderful people, the lovers, the greatest lovers in America, and the greatest lovers on earth. I'm asking you, what do I mean when I say the greatest lovers? I'm talking about those who have been set free by knowing a path that leads straight to the paradise of living, and know it, and are willing to stand for it and let it shine so the darkness can see it. And knowing that the clearer it is for them and others to see, the closer they are to being liberated. Everybody. One liberation from darkness and the other liberation from this hell. Well, I'm going to leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. I know I left some stuff off. I always have to do that because I do a lot of talking. But I want to thank you so very much for giving me this, your time. Again, I want you to know that I'm asking people, the good people. What I mean by good people, at the one I just described. I'm not looking for religious people. I'm looking for pure people who just care about people like some people care about animals. They just want the best for people. They don't say save the babies in the womb and then celebrate when people get guns and go out and kill people in the streets. See, that's demonic influence again. So we gonna grow beyond that and teach. I'm asking you to come out, stand up, come together, work together, and let's teach the light. Thank you.